Okay, so similar to what I did a few days ago, and also because of a video I happened to post last week, I just wanted to make another short video ranking all of the Star Trek movies featuring the original TV series cast and give a quick rundown on each of them. But unlike with the last video I did, I won't be giving a score of 1 to 10 at the end, just personally ranking the 6 movies from worst to best. And no other Star Trek movies will be featured here, only the first 6. So you won't find anything from the Next Generation or the modern reboot on here. Also, be on the lookout for some spoilers. Alright, so with all of that out of the way, let's get right into it. So, coming in at number 6 is Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, which should come to the surprise of no one. However, I actually still enjoy this movie. Sure, it has its problems, is rather confusing at times, and Spock secretly having a half-brother that's the exact opposite of him was probably not the best creative choice ever. But it still has its good moments, such as McCoy living his worst memory and Kirk's subsequent speech about how important pain is to defining who we are, or even the final confrontation with the God creature. So I do feel that the components for a great movie were there, just not quite put together correctly, if you get what I'm saying. In actuality, the only reason I rank this one last is more because I think the rest are just better than this one being the worst. Now at number 5, we have Star Trek The Motion Picture. But since I just did a whole video on this one last week, I'll just keep it short by simply saying that it's the movie that best embodies Star Trek, but suffers from a really slow pace and going a bit too far with its ideas. Still, I do think it's a movie most Star Trek fans can appreciate. Ranking number 4 is Star Trek III: The Search for Spock. Now, similar to The Final Frontier, I actually really enjoy this movie. It perfectly picks up where the last one left off, takes most of the lingering plot threads to a logical conclusion, and finally, you've got a great villain played by Christopher Lloyd. Really, the movie is everything it needs to be and does a pretty good job at it. Sure, it does fall slightly short in a few areas, which is what lands it in fourth, but I still feel it to be a very solid and definitive Star Trek movie. And coming in at number 3 is Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. Now, if we were ranking these based off how funny they were, this would absolutely be number 1. The time travel fish out of water premise is absolutely brilliant. Seeing people from an idyllic and much more advanced future have to deal with the problems and limitations of 1986. In all honesty, I have to say that I was really close to putting this one second. That's how good I thought this one was. I mean, the comedic approach was brilliant on their part. Spock's deadpan, what did he mean by exact change? Left me in stitches the first time I saw it and never fails to get a laugh out of me. At number 2, we have Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. Coming only second to Star Trek the Motion Picture in terms of embodying Star Trek in its purest form, The Undiscovered Country is one of the most perfect send-offs to a franchise I've ever seen. And combining that with a political espionage plot and a villain played by the one and only Christopher Plummer, and you've got a movie that perfectly knows how to say goodbye to its beloved characters while also letting them shine one last time. And I must also add, at least for me, Chekhov steals the whole movie, especially during the search for those magnetic boots. And finally, at number 1, we have Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Was there ever any doubt? I mean, I know this movie's had a ton of praise heaped onto it, but all I can say is it's all deserved. I can't really say anything about it that hasn't already been said. So all I will say is that it's probably the closest you'll ever get to seeing the perfect Star Trek movie. Okay, so there really weren't any surprises here, but I still just wanted to give my personal opinion on how I felt about each movie. So now I want to hear your thoughts. Which Star Trek movie do you like the best, and how would you rank the sixth with the original cast? Please feel free to tell me in the comments. And as usual, I have no problem with you if you disagree with me. All fans are entitled to their own opinion when it comes to their favorite things. And finally, I promise I'll get back to making regular videos next week. As I said in my previous video, I don't plan on doing too many of this nature unless you guys really like them for some reason. But either way, thank you all for watching. I appreciate all your views and support, and I hope to see you all next time.